Hi, this is Micha from Zenodys. Today I'd like to show you how you can wire up components in Zenodys application to implement desired functionality. When you start designing with Zenodys application, you will notice that there are many components. Each component has gray and green balls attached to it. Sometimes also you can have a red ball like this analog input here. Those balls are a component connectors. Gray, like here, is an input, while green and red are the outputs. You can simply wire components together by dragging a green ball or red ball of a previous component and connect it to a gray ball of the next. In Zenodys application, components can be wired in order to define the order of execution. For instance, let's say we have three components: a start, analog input, and let's put one more. We're going to choose a cloud component like this. By wiring them all together, we determine the order of execution. So the start component always executes first. Next, in our case, will be the analog input, and finally we connect a cloud storage, which is going to be called last. So a few words on the red ball, which we ignored so far. So this analog input is actually a conditional component. You can use conditional component to change the flow of the loop depending on some condition. For instance, we can use analog component to store values to the cloud, but only when those values satisfy some condition. Let's say we will store values to the cloud only when they are less than 1.5 volts. If those values are less than 1.5 volts, they will be stored. Otherwise, if not, if there are more than 1.5 volts, the measurement is going to be repeated without storing the values. Please note that in Zenodys application, there is no need to create a loop. When there is no loop, like the example of this cloud component, the circuit will simply execute until the last component is reached, and it will wait there until device is restarted. It is also possible to wire many outputs to a single input, like this. Simply wire desired output to an input with existing connection. Now, our loop will continue storing values to the cloud even after the first value has been stored. When we want to break the connection, we can do so by clicking a small diamond shape in the middle of the link, like this. Now the connection has been broken. Also, it is worth to note that there can be more than one loop in a single view. Let me show you. In this example, we have two loops. Each loop is driving one LED light-emitting diode. It turns on, it sleeps a while, then it turns it off, and it sleeps some more, and then the whole loop will repeat. We have two loops here, one for each light-emitting diode. So the only difference between these two loops is that the first loop is going to switch every 500 milliseconds, while the second loop is going to switch every 600 milliseconds. The result will be that that first LED is going to blink a little bit faster than the second. So let's have a look at it. Okay, so this is the circuit which I have put together for a purpose of our little demonstration. I'm going to power it up. So there are two LEDs. Each LED is connected to its own loop, and as I mentioned before, one LED is going to blink every second and the other is going to be just a little bit slower. So let's see what happens. Here we go. So the right LED is blinking every second and the left one is a little bit behind. So that's mostly all that you need to know about wiring, connecting components in Zenodys application. Should you want to learn more, please contact us and let us know, and we will try to make some more these great instructables. And thank you for watching.